Well, good morning, my viewers and subscribers. This morning, I'm going to introduce you to some of the ways some of the techniques I use in my backyard gardening to give my plants water and nutrients. As you come along, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. I value all of that. I do rotate my crops as well. Whenever I do plant something and start reaping, then I always sow again. So I'll always have it. Do that with my callaloo, my peppers, my tomatoes, all of those kitchen stuff I always have. My thyme, sometimes because of the heat here in South Florida here, you have to be careful about having them exposed, your plants exposed to the elements. Pretty hot here sometimes, at times, especially this time of year going down to September. I believe September is the hottest time of the year here in Florida. Very, very hot. So, okay, I'm going to now put some of these improvised drips I have here to the plant's root, but I have to make sure that you measure how fast it's coming out, because otherwise within hours it will be drained out. So you have to set it so that it can last maybe a couple of days or so before it dried out. And you can also use water, especially if you're not going to be around for a while, to keep watering. And of course the time is very dry now, so you might want to, if you have those bottles, you don't necessarily have to put those nipples that I'm using right now. You can even pierce a hole into the cap of the bottle and sort of put it in the soil. So very different ways of doing things. So, and of course these water bottles are readily available based on your usage at home. So this is how we do it. Yes, for sure, this is one of the ways you can keep your plant roots moist, especially, as I said, in this time of dryness. We haven't had any rain in quite a while. We haven't had any rain. A few weeks now. We might have a drizzle, a little bit of drizzling recently, but nothing to keep those plants wet. So yes, I was in Jamaica recently, and while away I had to use this drip system to keep my plant root moist, because coming back and just seeing some of the plants withering because they did not have enough water going to keep the roots moist. So this is a very, very, very good innovative system. Back in Jamaica, when I was growing up, we didn't have any of these kind of things. We had to water our plants, by hand, or whether a hose or something. But now I see almost all the farmers now have this drip system implemented in their farming. That is if they don't have the irrigation part of it, where you have the rainers and so forth. So got to do things like these in order to keep going. And but as I said, if you have those empty water bottles and you don't have the nipples, you can always just pierce a tiny hole into the cap of the bottle. A tiny hole into the cap of the bottle, and of course you might want to pierce a tiny pinpoint hole in the bottom, so that some air get into the bottle, so it can drip out. Because maybe if you do not put a hole in the bottom of it, the water will remain in the bottle and not drained out. So a tiny hole in either side of the bottle, and you will see the results. What I see the farmers do in Jamaica, they have the hoses, and they would just have a pump that maybe from a tank, and then it pumps the water through the pipes, because they would use those hoses right throughout their garden, and so the water would just drip at the plant's roots, and they use it to supply nutrients as well. Not only water, they also have nutrients, and it works. I think if without those kind of farming innovation, I think farmers would be left behind. Those who do not use it, they're left behind right now. You can also put water in the bottles alongside the one with the nutrients. Like you see me having some parts of my garden, it's not only nutrients in the bottles, I have water there too. Because it's not every time I'm being able to come out and get water to the plants as such. And so just a simple methodical way of doing my backyard gardening. If you have any comments or any other means or anything to share, please do so. Your comment to drip slowly, otherwise come back here in a few hours and it's gone. So drip slowly over a few days. That's how I do it. I have a lot of plants and trees in my backyard. I have gooseberries, mangoes, sweet sop, sour sop, June plums, tangerines, gongo, papaya, yes, sugar cane, avocado, star fruits, Scotch bonnet peppers, sweet pepper, that is the bell pepper right now, and I have peppermint, sorrel, carrots, sweet potatoes, Irish potatoes, callaloo, cocoa, onions, thyme, pineapples, tomatoes, pumpkin, and the pumpkin that I have is the Japanese types. So many things. Trying to see if I can remember anything more right now. Some of you know that I'm a teacher. I retired recently, and I use gardening as a therapy for me to occupy my time, do something worthwhile in my backyard, keep me occupied. I just don't like to laze around and not do anything. So I chose this as my hobby. I grew up on a farm in Jamaica, so I have certain skill set in farming, although some of the things that we usually do in farming has changed. In my time on the farm with my parents, we never usually do drip farming, but now they are doing it because the technology has changed, and it is for the good. And I'm here adopting some of the things that we usually do, as well as adopting new things. But it is good to sit and see what comes out of your input. When you're reaping, this morning I reaped some sorrel, and that was so nice. And also had some Scotch bonnet peppers. So good. And I'm going to be sowing new sorrel seeds in a short while. I have some thyme seeds as well I'm going to be sowing, because the ones I have in the pots right now, they are getting old in the pots, and it's because of the sun, they dry out pretty well fast. So changing my skill set on those. Gonna be doing some other things soon, sowing new seeds. You can make your comments on my channel, Charlie. You can make your comments on my YouTube
much appreciated.
So again, like, share, and subscribe. Florida, so you can drop a comment here and there, and you can ask any questions that you like. Of course, as I said, I grow a variety of fruit trees. Tangerine, mangoes, different types of mangoes, sweet sap, different type of sweet sap as well, sour sap. I do pineapple, different types of pineapples as well in my backyard here. And I grow my thyme, sorrel, tomato, callaloo, sweet potato, sugar cane, bungo peas. You know, that comes around Christmas time. Always nice to have a few trees. So, shoot me some questions or make some comments on my channel, and subscribe please, and you can share as well. Share my channel. It can be a learning situation for a few people, and I would appreciate it.
Right across.